Hey team, Patrick here. In this lesson, we're going to look at a doubles concept that will help you control the center of the court and know when to target the net player on the other side. So let's get into it. So let's set up a scenario, a situation that frequently occurs in doubles, and that is one player has approached the net. So we now have a team of two players at the net on one side versus a team of one up and one back on the other side. As we've discussed before, when you approach the net in doubles, you want to stand towards the center of the court. In fact, you want to put 1 foot on the center line. Your partner can then shift over to cover the line, and you give up this wide, short angle cross court, as that's the most difficult shot for your opponents to hit. Now, if we take the lob out of the equation for the moment, if the ball that is returned to us, to either me or my partner, stays low, or maybe it's a difficult volley that stretches me out wide, then I'm going to play the ball back in the same direction that it came from, back to the baseliner, as now we don't need to move. We can hold our position, and only if the ball gets up high and in front of me am I going to redirect the ball at the opposing net player's feet. The reason for this is if I take a low volley and pop it up to the opposing net player, they're going to be able to send it straight back at us. We're going to have no time, and they're going to put the ball away. But if we keep it deep and back to the baseliner, then that's going to be a much more difficult ball for them to attack. A couple of keys when hitting the volley at the net player is you do need to hit the ball hard, as we need to take their time away. So you use more of what I call a punch volley. There will be a slight swing coming into the ball. It's okay to have a little bit of a swing on the volley if the ball is floating slow and high, as if you block the ball, then you give them a chance to get it back. I will say though, target their feet. You're not going to win many friends in recreational doubles by blasting the ball in somebody's face. So the drill for this is to set up this formation. 2 players up at the net versus 1 player up and 1 player back. The baseliner feeds the ball in and you play the point out, but there are no lobs allowed. The baseliner tries to keep the ball low, and if they do this, then the net players need time. So they're going to send it back to the baseliner here and continue the rally. But if the ball gets up high, then the net players can take time by redirecting the ball and isolating my partner at the net. If the ball goes through the middle, then it's the player covering the center line's volley. Their partner's priority is to cover the line, and they don't want to be constantly lunging over to get the ball, which is why it's important that this player covers the middle of the court. So if I was faced with this situation in a match as the opposing net player, and I'm finding I'm getting targeted, isolated against 2 players up at the net, then I could possibly drop back. So we've now got a 2 up versus 2 back formation. And this gives my team more time to defend. If they do hit it hard, and we could put up some sort of defensive lob. For the net players, when playing against to back, the concept is still the same. To keep control of the point, if I get a low ball, I'm going to send it back in the same direction it came from, as now my team still has good court coverage. If I take a low ball and redirect it over here, now my team has to move and shift over. And if I was to take another low ball and hit back in this direction, we have to move again. And you can see we're very quickly going to get behind and lose control of the point. If we take a low ball and send it back in the same direction, now we don't need to move. We can wait here, and only when we get that high ball can we redirect the ball and try and put it away on the angle. So does this apply after the serve, the return? If we're in the rally in a regular one up, one back formation, absolutely. If the net player receives a low ball or a tough ball, like on a good down the line pass, for example, then they play the ball back to the baseliner and stay in the point. But if the ball floats across high, then they redirect the ball towards the feet on the net player's side of the court. Right team, by learning to control the center of the court, keeping low volleys back in front of you in the direction it came from, and using this positioning makes it really difficult for your opponents to get it past you. And only when you get a high ball are you going to redirect it at the opposing net player's feet. So I hope this video helps. If it has, please leave it a like. Let me know in the comments below what you think and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on court in the next one. Cheers guys.